How's it going, guys? So I haven't done a video in a couple of days, a week or so, a couple of weeks. Just been ill, had the bug, so never had COVID. So I have not been doing much, just been recovering. I'm feeling fine now, feeling better. I've just been putting away, trying to catch up on work. I have a lot of work to get cashed up, so there might not be a video for a while until I get everything done that I need done. I was at the veg plot today, just checking everything. There is a bit of work being done. The greyhound cabbages that I first planted, because the net blew off them, and it wasn't until about a week until I went back. They were just covered in cabbage white butterfly. But I did pick some. I did pick some before the net blew off, so there wasn't many there. It must only be about 5 left. So the caterpillars have hatched, and they're covered in them, and they've been munched. So not much I could do. I could pick them off, but then it's coming to the end of the season, so I'm just gonna rip them out. I'm gonna put some compost in, dig it over, rake it, and I'm gonna chuck in the sprouts, and I'm gonna just put some slug pellet around and put a net over, and hopefully by the time they're big enough, it'll be too cold for the cabbage fly, so they won't need netting. I'll just have to keep putting slug pellets around them to keep the slugs away. It's about time they made something that would eradicate them, whatever you call it. There is ways of getting rid of them. You can use beer traps. I used beer traps before, worked a treat. Every time I went to empty them, they were full of slugs and snails. So I'll do a video up at the plot very soon once I get time. Maybe do one this week. I'm sure I've got a day off next week. Maybe I might not take the day off just to get catched up on work. But things at the veg plot are doing alright. As I say, there's still a bit of work needing done. Excuse me. The stuff that I sowed, where the peas and the onions were, the turnips are through. They're coming through, one half's all through, the other one's just starting to come through. Carrots, I can see them starting to come through, one row. The beetroot that I planted, it was already growing, are starting to put new growth on, so hopefully I'll get something off them. I'm not really bothered if they're the size of a golf ball. You can still eat them. I've got one of the big massive pickling jars. You get pickles, the big pickles that the chippies for. So I can always just stick them in there. There's no many, so they might need them enough to fill the jar up. So I did see signs of the other ones that I sowed, beetroot, popping through, so hopefully I'll get some in. The spring onions, I did sow spring onions at the end where there was just a wee bit of ground left, so I did try and grow some spring onions in not these but smaller, I like smaller modules. Didn't work, don't know why. So I direct sowed them. It's still warm enough, it's quite warm today. So and they have germinated because I seen them when I was up there. So the weeds germinated. The weeds have germinated as well, so once the stuff's well established, the veg, I will be weeding in there. So today, and I have lifted the rest of my potatoes. the iron pellets. I've got some here. These are the rest of them. These are the rest of them. A few big ones. Quite a few big ones in here. There was a few big ones as well when I was picking the rest. So these big ones will do for chips. Ones like that, you could probably chip that, but that'll do for potatoes, mash. So with that one, you can really get chips out of that one. The other one for mash. But these weird ones here, I just give them a good clean and I cut them in half and they just get boiled with the skin. You could peel the skin off after they've boiled. But you don't have to, you can eat the skin. Most people don't. Most people do. But it's not going to harm you. It's not on them. There's a few that's got a wee bit of scab on them, but when I've been digging them out, the majority of them are just the last two shaws that had it on it. So and they were getting watered, and the amount of rain that we had as well, so they got extra water. So I did lift two of the King Edwards, and I'm not very happy with them this year. As I say, when I started digging up the iron pilots, they weren't as big as I wanted them, but as I was getting into the middle, they were starting to get bigger. So that could be the case with them. You never know until you get to the middle. But I did lift two, and I gave them to my neighbour. Because it's Sunday, everybody likes a Sunday dinner, Sunday roast tatties, and they might use them for that, you never know. So what else? I will do a video for an update in the veg plot, greenhouse. The tomatoes absolutely fail this year. They've all the plants are all dying. The stems are all rotting away. And the tomatoes, some of the tomatoes, especially cherry ones, they've grown half red and half orange at the top, and then they just go mushy. So they've just been, I'm just going to get rid of them. Saying that, some of the bigger ones I've got it a wee bit, but some of them I've not, if you get what I'm saying. So I've been picking them. So it's not been a complete fail. I've got some tomatoes off them. I've picked a few, and that door's going to bang. So I've picked a few of the bigger ones. They have split a wee bit. It's just been the lack of watering, and watering them at the wrong time as well. You really want to be keeping on your watering. Don't let this dry out. That compost is absolutely crap. I'm going to have to try and get a better compost that doesn't dry out as quick. Because even though I was giving them a good drink, I mean, they must have got probably 5.5 litres of water each. They were no big pots, but I did give them a good drink. But they just dried out really quick. So, and the problem is, if they dry out too quick, they shrink, and the water's just going around the pot. Because when it shrinks, it leaves a gap between the compost and the pot, and the water's basically just going around there, and that's just no good, because the water's just going right through. It's not getting a chance to go through the compost to let the roots soak it up. So I'll not be using that compost, and I did put dung at the bottom of the pots as well, so I don't know if that's maybe having an effect on the plants. Maybe, I don't know, maybe the because the feed that I've been feeding them has been the nettle tea. I don't know what's in it. I don't know if it's what's in it for the plant, if you can, like if it's got the right stuff that the tomato plants need. I'll have to look into it, or maybe try and find a way of sending some away and getting it analysed or something, just to see. If anybody kens, please let us know. So what I'm going to do at the greenhouse is I'm just going to get rid of them all. Pick off the ones that look alright, and I'm going to ripen them in the house. One of the ones I might leave is the yellow cherry tomatoes. They seem to have been fine. I've picked loads of them off. Not a problem. Taste fine. Look fine. Not a problem with them. The plant itself looks a bit rough, but the fruit look fine. Tasty. Sweet. And that's the only ones that I've been picking. I did pick one plum tomato that looked alright. But aye, they've had it. I did take that beef burger tomato as well. I was looking after that, and it's just caught whatever other plants have caught. It's caught, and it's dying. It's basically dying back. So I'm just gonna get rid of it. And what else as well is where the little stalk goes into the tomato. I was finding a lot of them. A lot of the beef tomatoes, they were lying on like they fell off and they were lying on the ground. And when I was picking them up, where the little stalk was, it was rotting in there, all mouldy and that. So, that's a bit of fail. And also they weren't developed properly at the bottom, so I'm not gonna. There's a few that look fine that I've developed. I might cut them off and just take them and ripen them in the house, or stick them in the drawer with a banana. I've seen people doing that to ripen them, so I might do that and get it done. Right, so let's go into what I was going to do today. The Savoy cabbage that I sown a couple of weeks ago is ready to prick out. Well, it's been ready for a while to prick out, but as I say, I've been under the weather. This one here, well overdue a prick out. So, and these are going to go into these 6 modules. I don't have many of them, so I think there's only 2, but I did have some kicking about. But I'm not going to do them on camera. I'm just going to do 1 or 2, and I'll do the rest off, because I want to do other things. I've got some at the end. I want to tell you as well what I've got for the veg pluck. So let's fill these up. This compost that's been lying here in this shed, and this shed is absolutely, it does get roast in this shed, so let's just get on with this. See these big lumps. My neighbours are going to be getting a new roof one, so I don't think I'll be filming out here as much because of the noise. The roof does look like it needs a bit of. I think the reason they're doing the roof is to try and sell their house, but then it doesn't add any value to their house. I mean, fair enough if somebody's buying a house and it's got a new roof and like it's all been new windows. I think they're putting new windows in. Things like that. I don't have to you don't have to worry when they buy it, because you did have it for sale, but it didn't get sale because I think they just the outside of it looked a bit outdated. But as I say, doing the front of your house up doesn't actually add value to your house. Still going to be the same price. fair enough, if you do it privately you might get more, but at the end of the day that's what it is. Maybe if you actually their attic is pretty big, because they're all the same houses. Their attic should be the same size as mine, and I could actually get a bedroom and an ensuite in my attic. And I am going to do that in the future. I'm going to renovate the house. I'm going to just, because it's a nice house, As I say, I've spent more money on it than what I've bought it for. Spent loads of money on that house. And then for well, obviously you want to get it rewired just in case there's something wrong with the wiring. So as I say, I got it rewired. The boiler itself, it was an old boiler and it was basically on its last legs. The amount of repairs that I had done to it. It was just, again, costing me money. So I decided just to get a new boiler. It's had a new roof. It's got new I've put a new roof on it, new windows, and I've harrowed it. So it's had new heating, new electrics, and the kitchen's fairly new. It was brand new when we moved in, so I think I don't really like it. It's that kind of grainy wood that the dirt gets into, and then you find it hard to clean. So I'm going to get a new one. And the bathroom it's a bathroom. It's got wet wall on it. I'm not a big fan of wet wall. And I want to have a shower as well in the room, in the bathroom. So the bathroom's the next project. And then I'll be the kitchen. And then, as I say, I'm not spending too much money on it, because as I say, during the future I want to completely renovate the house, take it back to brick, all the walls, change the layout, as I say. So I'm not really fussed about how it looks, as long as it looks alright for people coming in. I'm good. Right, so what I might do, I did have some of the little pots, the 9 litre pots. I can get them there. So I was just picking these out. These trays might just be a wee bit too big, but for them, because they are well established and they should have a fair amount of roots on them. I'm just going to shake all the old compost stuff. So it's got a fair amount of roots on it, and I might just, I might just have to put one in each actually. I'm not saying that I don't have the space. I have plenty of space. And I'll have plenty of space next year. But that's, I'll tell you at the end. So the raised pots need a wee bit of maintenance. The hedge on the other side is grown. It's just grown with the weather. So I'm going to have to get in there and chop it back, take it back in height, because it is getting pretty tall, and it's just a mix hedge. It's got some ash in it, some ivy, missed it's ivy, and a bit of privet, hawthorn, ash. I can't even get that in there. The compost that dry. I cannot get the my days I might just chuck this bag outside. The thing is, pushing it down, I'm actually snapping the roots. I don't want to damage the roots because, say, these will be going out once I've lifted the rest of the totties. They'll be going out. So what's everybody else been doing in their veg plots? You know, I've been watching a few videos. A boy called Dan, it's called Allotment Diary. I've been watching his videos, and he's got some size onions. He's got a lot more onions than me, but he has a problem with pink root. Basically a fungal that just rots the roots, man, destroys them, eats them. You end up with less roots on your plants. I did say his garlic had blown over with the wind. That's the thing I'm going to try next year, is garlic. So Dan, if you're watching my video, give us a few tips on how to grow good beetroot, good garlic. I don't use much garlic, so I'm not be growing as many, just the one roll. Just one roll of garlic, that'll do me. Aye, it's warm today, Sunday day. This will be a long video, so oh well. I watch a few other people on YouTube. I watch Dave's Allotment. I think he stays in England somewhere. He's grown away. He's got loads of more tatties than me. Loads of more potatoes. Something else he was growing. Yes, he was growing onions as well, but he never had very much success, I think, with them. So he's not got as many. I think he lost majority of them to white rot. The white rot is a fungal, it lives in the soil. There's no way of getting rid of it. Yeah, a few of mine actually had white rot. I only noticed it because when I was picking the peas, I noticed one of my onions was out of the ground. And I picked it up and it was all white rot at the bottom. So that got burnt. But I got destroyed this, so I got put in a blue bin, in a bag and in the blue bin. Out the way. So I didn't want to put that in. As I said, I don't have a compost bin at the moment, so I have just been chucking everything into the recycle bin for the local council to take and recycle. I have been to where they recycle the compost, and it's a big deal. And on the outside, where they keep it, they have it on like big concrete pads, and they have, must be a couple 100 metres length compost just on these pads, and then they're all numbered, so there must be all different grades of compost, which to me, if it grows the plants and it doesn't come with food crap, and it grows germinates the seeds fine, don't have any issues of them damping off or anything growing in it apart from the seeds that I put in it, does me. And if it can hold water, not too much water, but keep the plants moist for a couple of weeks or a couple of days, does me. The thing about when you leave these to go like that is the roots all bind together, so when you're pricking them out, you sometimes don't get as much roots, sometimes you end up with no roots. As long as you've got one wee root coming off it, you can still plant it, it'll grow but slowly. But hopefully these grow better, because the ones I grew before, half of them were in the eco pots, the biodegradable. I'm not be growing them in them again because they weren't grown very well. The ones that I put in the wee pots and the big trays, 60 cell ones, grew a lot better. So next year I'm going to be using them. And saying that, I've still got some plants in them outside. Sorry there. Aye. Still got some plants. Sorry there. Sorry about that. I said dry throat. I still got some plants in the eco pots in my temporary coal frame I made, and they've never budged for the size that they went in. Aye, so that's them. So I'll not be using them again. So right guys, that's these two rolls. Look a bit leggy, but they'll straighten up. What I'll do is I'll put them back in the house for a day or so, and I'll put them into the greenhouse, and I'll put them in the greenhouse and they can grow on for there, and hopefully, excuse me, hopefully they'll be going out soon. And I might, I don't know to show anymore. That blower needs a bit of oil in it. So I might sow some collies. They're no winter collies, but if they grow, that's good. I do have some seeds that are actual, you can sow them now and you can plant them in next year. So I might sow them, but then I'll have to put them in a cold frame because I'm not going to put anything else in the greenhouse after these are done, because our greenhouse is going to get a good clean. It's going to get a deep clean. It's going to get a good soaky J's fluid, and I'll get near with a wee soft brush and I'll clean all the bits and that and the gaps and all the awkward places, and then I'll get in there with the hose, give it a wash, and then what I'll do is I'll get a spray with Dettol, industrial Dettol, and disinfectant, and just spray that and leave it to steam up, and then I'll leave it for a couple of hours, and then I'll come back and I'll rinse it all out, and then hopefully I'll get rid of any diseases or anything that's in there that shouldn't be. And then I'm going to buy a big roll of bubble wrap, and I found these little clips on Amazon. They're little circle things like a coin, 2p piece or something. And they're like wee turner things, and they've got little, like a little pin with a little insert thing, and you just slot into the wee slots of the greenhouse, and that does like little holders for keeping the bubble wrap up. So I'll be using them. It was actual, what's that? It's a plot 59, or I can't remember her name. I think her name's Jessica or something, or Jess. That's her name, Jess. She was doing that one. She was taking hers down when I seen them, and then that's when I found out where to get them. So I'll be putting them in the greenhouse this year, and then I'm going to get a net as well for next year to put over the greenhouse to keep the heat down. I think that was pretty much as well one of my problems, because you don't want your greenhouse getting up to anywhere past 30 is a no-go for a greenhouse for your plants, tomato plants. So that's what you want to avoid, and that would stop your plants from drying out too quick as well. What else? Aye, and I'm going to set out a timetable. It's always good to write down when you water your plants, your tomato plants, and when you feed them, because then you could keep a rough idea of when to feed them, and just keep on the feeding and on the watering, especially when they're producing fruit. You want to keep them watered. You don't want to let them dry out. So why that's another thing. The onions in the greenhouse are drying out. They're fine. They're all dried out. So I'll probably give some of them away, or I'll chop them up and put them in the freezer, and use them as I'm gone. What else in the greenhouse? I still have a tray of two trays of sprouts, but one tray is just gonna I'm just gonna bring whatever's left, and I'm just gonna put them in my garden and just let them do whatever, let the pests get them, or can let them go to seed. I do have one broccoli that's went to seed, and I'm gonna try and take the seed off them. What else? Where the Graham cabbages are, there's no many left. There's only like 5 left. The net had blown off them, and I didn't know because I wasn't up there for a week, and the cabbage butterfly got into them, and they were just swamped with them, and now they're covered in caterpillars, and they've just been eaten. So they're going to come out hopefully this week if I get a chance, and I'm just going to put the sprouts. The purple sprouts are already grown. They're probably about 1.5 feet, 2 feet. So they're well established. I've not got a net big enough to actually cover them, so they've just been getting covered in the butterflies as well. So next year at the winter time, everything will be getting done in the winter probably. I'm going to have to write down what I need to do. I'm going to build cages and stuff for them, or even just try and get some of that blue water pipe and use that with a net over the top, fleece or something, and that would do. Oh, another thing I've got as well is a polytunnel. I've got myself a polytunnel. It's not a good polytunnel. It's just one of the ones for B&Q. Though the pipes, the big pipes, I think they're big pipes, so and it's not really, and it will be behind the it'll be behind the greenhouse, and I'm going to it's 3 meters by 2, so it's 3 meters long and 2 meters wide by, I'm sure it's by 3 meters in height. No, it's 6 meters in height, I think it is. And as I say, if the polytunnel, if the structure itself holds up to the weather and things, that's fine with me. The cover, if it gets ripped, it's easy replaced. I'll just buy a roll of polytunnel skin and I'll put that on it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to, at the winter time, I'm going to mark out where I want it, and I'm going to settle on sleepers. Because it's 2 meters wide, I'm going to split the inside, so I'll have 3 foot on each side, and I'm just going to put a bed, 2 wee raised beds, and I'm going to fill them up with compost and manure, and then I'm going to probably grow tomatoes in it. Yeah, you never know until next year what will grow in it. Could be something fun, something adventure, something I've never grown before. But I'm up for growing anything. I'll try it to see what it's like. Maybe I don't like it, maybe do. There's a lot of things I don't like, so I'm up for trying it. So that's going to be coming soon, the polytunnel video. I'll make a video on that. So there's the polytunnel. That's to get the base done for it and then put together. I'm going to build once that's up, I'm going to build a frame around it, just a wee bed, floor bed, and I'm going to put a lot around where the wall is in the veg plot. It's all falling apart. I'm just going to tidy it up. I'm just going to get maybe a sleeper, or just get that weatherboard and put along it, build a box on top of it, and I'm going to anchor it to the ground, and I'm just going to fill it up with compost and planting it. I was thinking planting some sunflowers all the way along it, all wee dwarf ones, and then, as I say, dig, either get some horse muck or loads of compost and just put it over the bed, put the fabric on, leave it over the winter, let the rain wash it in, and stuff, and then hopefully next year it'll be ready to go. So there's going to be a lot of work going up there at the winter time, because as you know, a lot of garden work. I do a lot of garden work and it slows down at the winter time, so I'm not as busy. Saying that, I do tend to just go away somewhere to do a bit of forestry. So you'll ken if you didn't hear these. So that's the plans for the winter time. Is the veg plot's going to get an overhaul. It's going to get a good bit of maintenance done to it, and hopefully next year it'll do better than what it did this year. As you say, always learn from your mistakes, and always plan ahead. And I think that's what I'll do when I'm finished doing this, is I'll go in and I'll write down what I need to do, and I'll start looking into it. There's a few things I'm going to look into actually, because I want to start doing it. I was thinking about like a green manure, but then it's quite a big veg plot, so I need quite a lot. I was suggesting about maybe splitting that into 3-4 beds, that veg plot. just makes it easier to dig. I mean, considering that it was covered, it was all grass, it was all covered in couch grass when I first took it. I had, when I went to look at it, it was pretty tall, but then the wind blew it all down and it was all flat, so then I had to strim it, break it, strim it, and then I covered it with the fabric. The fabric done its job. It killed it a wee bit, but then I still had to dig it, and my mind was like, oh, this is going to be a nightmare to dig, but it wasn't. It was pretty easy to dig. It was a lot easier to dig than I thought. Obviously with it not been raining as much, the bit that's not been dug is dry, so it's not as easy to dig, and it's quite sturdy. But I've completely eradicated that couch grass out of there. The only thing about when you turn sour is the seeds for other plants start to grow, and that's what happens. So I'm going to, as I say, there's going to be a lot of videos coming up, so I'd keep an eye out. And also I'm going to be doing a video on seeds. So I'm going to show you what seeds I grew this year, and I'm going to go through and show you what ones I'm thinking about going next year. It might change before I come to order. When I come to order them, I might change my mind and say, no, I want this one, I want that one. I'm quite picky. I'll sit with the book and I'll read it a few times, look through it, see what ones do the best. A few of them I've went where are actually RAHS approved, so they're obviously champion ones maybe. But I'm going to go do that, and I'm going to get loads of plants as well. I love loads of plants. I've seen loads of plants on that suitings or whatever you call that place. You're getting like plugs. You're getting like 8 plugs or something, or 4 plugs for £8. Different plants, and I'm going to go and buy more. Loads of them. I'm going to buy loads. I don't know where I'm going to put them, like, but I'm going to buy loads. And I'm just going to put them everywhere. I like to attract wildlife, bees. Saying that cosmos that I've had sitting at the veg plot that I put in, it's just been covered in bumblebees and honeybees, even butterflies. It's actually meant to be for butterflies, but the bees have had it more than that. I've seen a lot of bumblebees in the garden that are died, dead ones. And I haven't sprayed anything in my front garden. I don't spray anything in it because it's all plants. I'll just go in there and hand weed it, or pick the weeds out when I see them. So there's no chemicals being sprayed. I don't use chemicals in the garden. So I don't know. It's like there's a bee sitting on one of the plants now, and it's dead. It's been sitting there for a while, so I don't know if it's died there. It probably has, so I don't know. We need to stop using chemicals for bees, using chemicals on plants, especially plants that attract bees, honeybees, bumblebees. Because as I say, we wouldn't have all these different variety of plants and veg. I felt bees, because those bees cross-pollinate everything for you. A lot of people say humans do it, but humans don't. It's all insects and bumblebees and stuff like that. You can eradicate wasps. Wasps are a nightmare. I was doing a garden and I got stung by one. There was a big nest down the bottom of an old stump. Still there actually. Think about pouring petrol over it and burning it. So that's the only part of that lassie's garden I never did, because it's still there. And I did tell her about 3 or 4 times, but she's obviously not bothered. Any day, I'm ready to do the garden. No one gets stung, so it's her problem. Anyway, I'm going to go get these finished, and I'm going to do, as I say, I'm going to write down what I need to do, and do a few other things, and I shall see you later. And if you can like, subscribe, any questions, just leave them in the comments and I'll answer them. But I hope everybody is enjoying their Sunday. As you know, our schools are back, so a lot of people will be getting things done. And hope everybody's well, staying safe, and keeping themselves busy. A lot of things are turning back to normal, so that's good. So I'm going to sign it here, and I'm going to say bye, and I'll see you next time. Bye.